Hello.
Welcome to our episode 10. 10 na
Hello.
of Base Camp Podcast. And
Yay,
Happy
episode
New Year,
10.
Happy New Year!
everyone.
Happy
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I'm this month's host, your Tito Jerky. And of
Yoo.
course, we are joined by my co-host, Kay, Abad, Phil, and Angela.
Hello! Happy New Year!
Hi.
Hola.
And before we start the show, we want to thank all of our listeners na sumubaybay sa amin last year. Sa aming mga listeners mula sa, wait for it, Canada, US, Philippines, Japan, Ireland, Norway, Hong Kong, Singapore, Germany, UAE, UK, Taiwan, and Indonesia. Wow. There's a lot of countries over there.
Wow, ang dami. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
United
ang tanungan
Nations.
natin, paano nila nalaman, no?
Thank you. So, oh my God, hindi ko
Yay.
kinaya sa ang dami ng countries. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Sana tuloy-tuloy.
Taos puso.
ngayong
Taos puso po ang
2021.
pasasalamat namin sa pakikinig sa inyo.
Yeah.
Happy New Year! Thank you!
Happy New Year. Yay. Thank you. Happy
Okay.
2021.
Phil, how about our bonfire sessions?
Okay, let's go. Bonfire sessions kagad tayo. Again, thank you sa ating mga listeners. I mean, it's very nakakataba ng puso na marinig mo yung mga ganun na sa wow, ang daming yung different
Yeah.
parts of the world, no? Yeah. Yeah,
Naisip ko
sorry.
Miss Universe kagad eh.
Sana dumami pa.
Malay natin, yeah. So, unang-una from episode number 2, a listener and follower share their hobbies. So, film photography, writing, calligraphy, digital collage, mountaineering,
Wow.
painting, traveling for peace of mind, and lately, free diving.
Isang
Kung
tao lang
ano-ano
to.
ang gusto
Isang
itry
tao lang.
for the past
Oh,
years,
wow.
hanggang sa nakahiligan at hinanap-hanap ng katawan.
Ang active.
Yeah.
Galing.
Tapos, ikalawa, from episode 7. My spouse and I have been arguing how much we should keep in our savings and how much we should invest. We have a pretty substantial amount invested on different accounts. So, namely, educational funds for kids, retirement, mutual funds, etc.
Okay.
Thank you for
Yes.
listening. Episode 8. Another listener share their first day high memories. Oh, for episode 8. Tapos, ikaw bahalang mag-plastic cover ng notebooks individually. Ikaw magdesisyon kung traditional na ang plastic cover na gagamitin mo or bibili ka ng pre-made cover. Ano ito pre-made covers?
Ay,
Hindi ko
oo.
alam.
Yan yung para
I
siyang,
can smell plastic covers
Alam mo yung
right
cover
now.
ng Katleya, Tito
Yeah.
Phil?
yung ini-insert lang, no?
Oh.
Yeah. Para siyang cover ng Katleya. Ay kami, handmade. Bumibili kami ng rolyo-rolyo yung plastic cover.
Tapos ini-scotch tape mo siya.
Okay.
Kay pala, like, meron yung listener natin from episode 7. Like, I think hindi natin nabanggit yung educational funds for kids. Sa mga hindi nakakaalam, can you briefly, like, especially yung mga hindi listeners natin outside Canada, can you briefly explain kung ano yung merong option dito sa country natin?
Trust
Yeah,
fund.
so...
Joke.
hindi siya
Stress.
trust fund.
Hindi, yung
Ano
ano,
siya?
parang RSP for education, may ganun, di ba?
Yeah. So, RESP siya, which is Registered
RESP.
Educational Savings Plan.
Yeah.
So, ang kagandahan ng plan na yon is pag naglagay ka ng pera doon, ima-match nung gobyerno yung contribution mo up to a maximum of $500. I think 20% yung matching nila. Something like that. It might have increased now, pero nung time na nagdi-deal ako with those types of accounts, $500
Okay.
siya. Tapos,
Mhm.
any profits you make from inside dun sa plan na yon, you don't pay taxes on it. So, tax deferred siya, which is
Oh.
And then,
Nice.
pag you can open it as soon as magkaroon ng SIN number yung anak mo.
Mhm.
And then when, pag nasa college na siya, then you can start taking money out of it. It's a good plan. It's a good
Sana
plan.
they do it for
no?
pets
Okay.
din, no? Para sa
Pets.
mga walang sa mga walang anak.
Sa bagay, pwede. Oo, kasi mahal magkapit, di ba?
Oo.
Mm-mm.
Sobra.
Family member naman eh.
Yeah, it's
True.
family.
Anyway, salamat sa mga
Yeah.
nag-comment.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Okay, so eto na. Ito na yung pasimula natin for 2021 na episode. So, syempre, malamang, kating-kati na tayong lahat na iwanan natin yung 2020, di ba?
Yeah.
Yes. Sort of, yeah.
And 2020, it gave us like a lot of, what you call like emotions, siguro. Di ba?
Mhm.
And noticeable, syempre, yung pagod na tayong lahat and burnt out and checked out na tayo. So, malamang na-feel nyo yun nung 2020.
Yes.
And apparently, may tawag sa nararamdaman nating lahat ng to. It's called compassion fatigue. So, what is compassion fatigue? So again, obviously, ito yung topic natin today.
Malamang!
Yeah, since here's the definition. So it's like your secondary traumatic stress that happens when an individual is continually exposed to suffering. So when they hear or see or witness pain, suffering, and tragedy, while they're also providing care and support to someone else. So ito yung mostly it's bisa definition na to, yung mga healthcare workers, yun naiisip ko kagad na parang they are the ones na, di ba, sila yung nakaka-witness ng pain, suffering, tragedy, especially sa mga hospitals, right?
Mhm.
So, and this term was coined in the 1980s to describe yung reaction ng mga medical professionals when they come to a point when they grow numb towards their patient's suffering. And eventually, this condition was observed sa iba pang professions like first responders, which is understandable. Kahit siguro yung mga nasa restaurant, may ganito na rin.
Yeah.
Yeah, di ba? So, why it is important to be aware of this phenomenon? So, recently, it seems na-observe na rin ang compassion fatigue sa regular citizens like us. And therefore, compassion fatigue is no longer unique to certain professions. And as we are always bombarded by bad news and tragedy at kung ano-ano pang ganap sa mundo.
Yeah, yung social media kasi parang sobrang immediate nung everyone has social media, right? So pag may news, ang bilis nating mag-retweet, ang bilis nating mag-repost.
Kasi yung access talaga na.
Yeah.
And then not everybody is equipped na mag-filter. Anyway, before we go there, so ito yung mga ayun yung talking points natin, and then so tayo as hosts, can we remember any time na, well, not it doesn't have to be exactly the time, right? But do you remember any instances where you felt like you encountered a situation or something on the news that you felt indifferent, like don't care, parang ganun, di ba? And what did you do with it? And when you get stressed and tired of what's happening with the world, what do you usually do to relieve tension and sadness or to get away from all of this? Okay. So are we good on that? Maybe we can start with Tito Phil.
Yes. So hello Kampons. Hello everyone. Hello. So start tayo dun sa can you remember a time? Do I remember a time? So
that you felt
kausap ko pala sarili ko dito.
Pwede
when you
rin.
felt like encounter a situation. So kunyari pwede nag-monologue ka, di ba? Pero pero going back dun sa actual compassion fatigue, just a brief background. Actually, hindi ko alam
na
yung compassion fatigue. Oo, na may term silang tinatawag na ganito. I mean, kasi syempre, usually kasi kapag yung mga nararamdaman ng mga tao, it's like, di ba parang going back dun sa mental health episode natin before, it's like usually taboo, lalo na dun sa pinaglakihan natin. So, it's like, ano ba yung proper term dito? Kasi yun nga, di ba, minsan parang nadidismiss lang siya as minsan kaartehan or for mayaman. So, ako, hindi ko talaga alam. Kasi, tapos, nung inopen up lang tong compassion fatigue very recently, nung pinag-uusapan natin yung upcoming episodes, like, okay, yun pala yung tawag doon. Tapos I did a self-reflection before we went to the topic. It's like, so may mga instances pala na nararamdaman ko na siya. Hindi ko alam na yun pala yung tawag doon. So ano yung mga specific instances? So start tayo very recently, yung sa COVID-19 na lang, yung sa news. So, most likely, maraming, I don't know if people can relate, pero, di ba kapag hindi minsan, as in, pag binuksan mo yung news, yung TV, radio, I still listen to the radio. Up until now, I love listening to the radio.
Mhm.
Parang marinig mo yung news about COVID-19. And then, yun yung parang pag napapakinggan ko siya, it's like, nung una, I was like, okay, yes, I am very interested kasi what is this? Ano ba ito bago? I want to be updated sa social topics na nangyayari sa mundo. Then eventually, after I think just a couple of days or sabihin na natin maybe 1 week nung pakikinig ng news, it's like, I don't want to hear about this anymore.
Mhm.
It's not that I don't care, pero I just don't want to hear about it. Just please give me other news. Parang biglang nagiging ganun na yung output sa utak ko. Hindi ko na ina-absorb yung information about COVID-19. It's like, I want other stuff. Yun yung sinisigaw ng utak ko. And I never thought that it's actually compassion fatigue. Kasi parang unti-unti, tapos, yun nga, self-reflect, bago yung episodes, like, you know what? Yung panonood ko pala ng news, unti-unti ina-absorb ko na yung,
Unknowingly.
oo, tapos yung parang may feelings na, I thought ini-invoke siya, pero technically, parang ina-absorb ko pala yung energy nung news na naririnig ko. Hindi siya, kumbaga, hindi yung nararamdaman ko, hindi siya nagsasprout dun. Kumbaga, yun nga, unti-unti, pumapasok siya sa akin. Tapos, I think, napuno na yung system ko or yung, I would say, emotional jar ko. O yung emotional jar ko. It's like, and then I just shut off my mind regarding that topic.
If you don't mind, so mind me asking that, is there anything like specific? Is it like the number of casualties or the people losing their job if it's related to COVID-19? Or it's okay, you don't have to answer if it's up to
okay
you.
lang naman. Parang, ewan ko, parang kasi siguro yung negativity ng news, hindi yung actual, kumbaga yun yung feeling ko nagpa-shutdown sa I would say compassion regarding the situation. Kasi parang ang dating sa akin puro negative lang parang negative. Yung numbers pag nagbigay sila it's a negative. Pag sinabi nila na oh blah 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 ganito ang gagawin, it's like negative. Yung feeling na parang negativity na yun nga knowingly pupasok sa akin. I think yun yung cause ng start nung, yun nga, pagbuno ng banga, yung sabi nga ni Angela na puno na yung emotional banga ko, na eventually I stopped watching TV, na ganun na lumalabas. Tapos yung radio, I was like, no, I don't want to hear about this anymore. Even articles online, nung nagbabasa ko, I was like, I don't want to read this. I don't need this in my life right now. Ganun yung nangyari sa akin. Pero, yun yung pinaka-recent na naaalala ko.
Okay.
Siguro, previously, kung titingnan ko din sa Philippines, hindi rin kasi ako masyadong palanood ng news, pero kapag yung may mga nangyayaring, I would say, kakaiba outside sa news, as like, automatically, sinashutdown ko. I don't know, parang hindi na rin ako makapagbigay masyado ng concrete ideas
That's okay.
regarding do sa
That's
past.
fine.
Kasi, feeling ko tatawid ako doon sa what did you end up doing. So, yun nga, na parang,
That's fine.
yun, parang,
Sinashutdown
kina-cut
mo na
off ko yung sources, nung, I think, nagkukos sa akin ng, to behave in a certain manner.
Okay. So, kumbaga, in a flight or fight response, you choose flight na lang
Yes. Parang
to
ganun.
avoid everything para it's too much to handle.
Pwede rin nating sabihin ganun. Yes, I would say that na yun nga, ayoko na. So, it's like, I would just go and then do other stuff, fill my life with other information other than this.
Like going to school, learning new things, right?
Yeah.
So, that's, so I think.
Kinig kayo, 9.5.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So-
na-preempt ko ba yung yung sasabihin mo, Phil? Sige,
Hindi,
go
maganda
ahead.
nga segue. Salamat.
Oo, maganda nga yun oo. Pero,
Yeah.
pero yeah, I mean, it's, for me, yun yung mga ginawa ko kasi alam ko iba-iba kasi tayo ng, I mean,
Nag-tolerance ng ways, right?
and how to deal with the situation. So, sa akin yun nga, ang main na ginagawa ko is I shut off,
Mm-mm.
which is something that I am aware na ginagawa ko, Pero, again, yun nga, hindi ko alam na for this certain situation called compassion fatigue, hindi ko nga alam na compassionate pala akong tao. Kasi, I like dealing with people. Sorry. So, so yun yung, based on the social media, yung nararamdaman ko. Pero, usually when, on my, na lang, kunyari, in-person relationships, I mean, with friends, family, I tend to be the one who try to listen ako yung nasa listener side.
Okay.
And then yun din minsan pumapasok na rin na parang, sometimes I feel strongly kahit hindi naman dapat.
Yeah.
So part nung natin, notes natin, 'di ba? Angela, thank you for the notes. So pinanood ko yung isang TEDx talk, yung kay Françoise Mathieu, yung sa Queens.
Yung sa Queen's University, yeah.
Yeah,
Ganda
so
no, no? Wala
yeah.
lang.
oh, very, very insightful siya. It's like yun yung sinasabi niya na for everyone it is different, pero eventually it will trigger your compassion fatigue. I mean, you're absorbing way too much. You're acting way too much. Ang ganda no example niya na, so sa mga listeners natin, if you want, we can put, you can send us an email, you can connect with us, we can send you the link of
We
the
can
TEDx
put it in the
talk.
show notes siguro.
Yes,
yeah,
it
and
is
I can
very,
also add it on the, when we post on social media.
Yes.
Yung mga link, yeah.
Kasi ang ganda nung insight niya. So very quickly, parang sinabi niya na, yung example na you are underreacting, you could be underreacting or you could be overreacting. Overreacting is like, mas madami ka pang iniyak na luha kaysa dun sa actual na taong naganapan nung sad situation. Or yung isa naman, naglulupasay na sa harap mo, ikaw naman, deadpan ka
Wala
lang,
lang.
deadma ka lang.
Yeah.
Wala na. Kumbaga, it doesn't, I think yung takeaway ko dun is like, it doesn't define you as a person.
Yep.
Pero the situation and the behavior. So, ang sa akin na lang kapag nakaka-encounter tayo ng mga tao minsan hindi natin maintindihan, yun din yung parang naging takeaway ko dun is like, let us not attack. Let us not try to judge that person during that time because we don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
So, let us always just focus on the behavior and probably may nagaganap
Na
dun
iba.
sa situation.
Mhm.
Oo. Kasi as people, sometimes, lalo na sa culture natin, lumaki ako sa ganong culture, so for me, ganon. Mabilis kasi tayo mag-judge eh. Di ba sa culture, ewan ko for me personally, nakikita ko din sa culture na kinalakihan ko, yung mga taong nasa paligid ko, ang bilis mag-assume.
Yeah, that is
Parang
true.
Lalo na-
nakakibat dun sa person, di ba? Like,
Or nag-a-assume lang talaga sila for the sake of assumption. At
Yeah,
like,
trip
kunyari,
lang nila, yun ang buhay nila eh.
Kunyari, titingnan mo nila, parang ang sama, parang ang strong niya, may assumption ka agad. It's like, hindi ba pwedeng strong lang talaga siya? Or yung parang, medyo, parang aggressive lang yung mano niya. It's like, yeah, just let them be aggressive. It's like, let them be. Huwag tayo
as long as
mag-assume
hindi
lang kung-
nakakasakit ng iba. Yeah.
Oo, or hindi kanya tinatapakan. So, yun yung na-realize ko. So, sorry, medyo nag-veer off na ako doon sa So,
That's okay.
That's okay.
sa mga ginagawa, sa mga ginagawa. So, yun yung, I think na, yun, yung ginagawa ko as in major thing for me is to shut off the situation. Tapos, yung part pa din ng TED Talk, na for me, another takeaway is yung things na paano mo marirealize pag na-stress ka na or na-tired ka na regarding dun sa compassion fatigue. So, ito, personal sharing na lang kung anong ginagawa ko kapag eventually, kasi yun nga, hindi ko alam na nagaganap siya, pero eventually, upon self-reflection again, lumalabas yung parang, nare-realize ko, parang unti-unti ko nakikilala yung sarili ko. It's like, okay, it's happening. Pwedeng nagsha-shut off ka na naman. So, number one na ginagawa ko, to relieve the tension, kasi part na lang yun na parang simula pa lang na maramdaman ko siya, parang is to realize na nangyayari siya. So, mindfulness. Kasi kung hindi ako magiging mindful sa nangyayari sa akin, sa mismo katawan ko, and even sa my surroundings, it will cause me tension na hindi ko alam na kinukos ko pala. Which is, it's I would say, very self-detrimental. It's not very healthy. Tapos, yun yung internal part nung Tapos, externally, how would I cope with the stress? So, A lot of you know that I run. I usually just lace up my shoes and go out for a run.
Yeah, it's a
Kasi
good way. Yeah.
it helps me to think of nothing.
Yeah.
But yung steps na ginagawa ko, if usually I would just go out without music. Paminsan-minsan I go out with music. Pero yeah, running helps. Lalo na pag alam kong dumadating na yun sa part na yun. Tapos yung ikatlo, I just take some time to myself. Similar to do sa TED Talk na narinig ko. Sometimes I just open up a bottle of wine, sometimes get a drink, beer or wine. Then I just watch things on TV or read a book just to distract myself.
Yeah.
Kasi kung hindi ko siya gagawin, I will self-destruct.
Yeah.
Ganun ang mangyayari. And I might take it out on other people. So yun yung ayoko mangyari.
Yeah.
I don't want to take it out on other people. That's the worst scenario.
Yeah.
So yun lang yung sa akin. I thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you. Ikaw
Kaway
naman...
kaway muna bago magbabay.
Kaway. Sorry, parang medyo strong yung ko. Parang medyo na-trigger ako. Pero okay lang kasi magandang pinag-uusapan yung ganito.
Yes.
Sa mga
Thank
listeners,
you.
gusto niyo ba in the future may video naman? Joke lang. Baka hindi ko mapanindigan ko. Sa office nga, ayoko ng video conference eh. Pag sabihin ng boss ko, video conference, I know.
Pero may audio kami sa YouTube. Check nyo kami.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen to
Anyway,
us.
napa-segue lang. And then yung inaalala ko lang din, Phil, sa Legally Blonde, yung, di ba, exercise give you endorphins, tapos endorphins make you happy. So, ito daw, itong tao na to, ninaakusahan nila ng murder. Parang, she would not kill a person. So, parang naisip ko lang kanina nung nag-share ka, parang, okay, so ito, applicable kay Phil na. Nag-exercise siya, endorphins, he's happy. Parang
Yes.
ganun lang. Malalasingit ko lang. Anyway, ikaw naman Angela, ano naman yung para sa'yo? Based
Okay.
sa talking points natin.
So, kinda to build up dun sa point ni Phil at the beginning, yung compassion fatigue naman, kaya ko to binring up as a potential topic, which I'm happy na pinik up natin siya for this season, is, narinig ko siya sa video ni Hassan Minhaj. Like a closing video niya sa Patriot Act, which I was telling Kay kanina na parang this video kinda didn't age well kasi yung title, How to Survive 2020.
Yeah, and then it's his closing for 2019,
Yeah,
di ba?
yeah, it was closing for 2019, and during that time, ang daming issues, like, siyempre yung climate change, yung debate about that, it was increasing, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi, parang yung summer, mainit pag summer, pero yung temperature is so unbearable na, di ba? Tapos, you always hear the news about, like, melting polar caps, shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, yung mga political issues sa Asia and then sa Europe, di ba? Like, nangyayari yon. So, like, Brexit, all that stuff. So, parang sinabi niya something about, like, binanggit niya yung compassion fatigue. And, akala ko, lang siya, like, bagong term. But apparently, nung nag-research nga ako for our outline today, I didn't know it was way back
in the 80s pa.
80s pa,
Yeah.
oo. And actually, like mental health, I don't think kasama siya dun sa actual na listahan ng mga sakit, I guess. But yung actual na medical term is secondary traumatic stress, which you mentioned earlier, or vicarious trauma. So, I didn't realize na para, yun nga, sabi nga ni Tito Pina, it's something ongoing yung nangyayari na, but siguro dahil feeling ko na mas na-amplify yung definition ngayong COVID kasi everyone was just so tired, and not to mention yung exposure sa social media with all the news, as I mentioned earlier. So, can I remember a time, I guess yung last year din, pero naalala ko nga nung beginning of 2020, parang like, ang daming topics.
Yeah.
So, tulad ni Fee, may mga certain news akong hindi pinapakinggan. So, naalala ko pa nga, kasi I have a couple of friends na nagkukwento ng balita ng news galing sa Philippines. And, even though I sympathize and naiinis ako dun sa news na yon, at the same time, I also try to shut down those types of news kasi ang akin naman is more of like, hindi ko kaya mag-spend ng energy for that kasi dito mismo sa Canada, meron tayong sariling issues. So, since I live here na, I want to be more involved or concerned dun sa issues na involved ako dun sa country physically tinitirhan ko. Parang ganun. Tapos, I wanna share this really briefly kasi umabot dun sa point na parang iniisip ko, and I can't remember kung nakwento ko to kay Kay, na parang kine-question ko, bakit yung parents ko nanonood pa ng TFC? Parang, why? Tapos, hindi sila updated dun sa news sa mismong city
kung nasaan
where
sila.
they live. Oo, na parang, why? So, parang may ganun akong mentality and feeling ko mas nag-amplify na lang yung compassion fatigue siguro closer to the end of the year na umabot dun sa point na I had to be off social media for a bit. Para lang, kasi yung time na, so may Twitter ako, tas may Instagram. Pero mas maraming, yung the way Twitter is set up, may news section, diba?
Yeah.
So, para siyang black hole for me na umabot doon sa point na parang I can't. Like, I can't handle all the news kasi sobrang ang daming nangyayari. Tapos, I got yung health-related issue sa family ko that happened around that same time frame. So, umabot doon sa point na parang I can't spend time here. Parang ganon na. Unfortunately na parang I can't, like, ang masaklap kasi is like sa Twitter, I have a lot of like film photography related contacts. Unfortunately, I had to cut my access to that social media platform for a bit. Unfortunately, to the expense of me talking to them because they're really like nice people. Just for the sake of like, keeping myself sane. Kasi parang yung everyday lumalabas dun sa feed mo yung balita. Tapos, wala, yung feeling na wala kang control to get it fixed. Alam niyo yun? Tapos, siyempre, karamihan ng news na lumalabas related dun sa neighbor natin down south, diba? I don't have any control about what that person is doing right there. It kind of gets to a point na sobrang frustrating nung ganung feeling. So, I had to like cut that. Like, I want to focus my energy more like dun sa personal stuff, like so sa family. And Instagram, like, even though it's, like, may Instagram ako, pero I had to, like, stop, like, posting there unless I really have to, or, like, I have to message someone. Yung Facebook, medyo madaling alisin sa buhay, to be quite honest.
Fake news.
Yung Messenger ko is active, pero the only reason I'm still on Facebook is because I have to talk to friends sa Messenger and family. That's the easiest platform for me. So, I guess nag-overlap yung dalawang talking points ko doon. But just to kind of cap off yung part ko, when I get stressed, I eat chocolate. Like, I mean, yun yung parang pinabababaw na pwede kong gawin.
Anong specific brand? Merong specific brand ba
Wala
ito?
naman. Pero mahilig ako sa Ferrero.
Ooh.
Like yung mga grocery, like nga pag kailangan kong pumunta sa drugstore, like to pick up medication and stuff like that. Hindi ako maliligaw dun sa chocolate aisle. Like, lagi lang ako may bibiling something. The other thing is, yung diffuser ko, like, I turn it on. Kay doesn't really like it, but I'm like, usually, diffuser or yung candle, like, I'm gonna open it up. Para lang may something small na parang, may ginawa kong something small to make me feel better. Like, it's not gonna solve the world's problems, but it's gonna make me feel better at least a little bit temporarily.
True.
What else? Medyo mababaw lang ako. Or like, say, pag nalinis na ni Kay yung tub, I will ask him, like, can I use the tub? So, magbababad ako for like 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Yeah.
Tinatamad na ako ngayon.
Hindi kasi may bath salts ako eh. Salamat dun sa nag-sponsor sa akin ng Pasko. May nagregalo sa akin.
Tsaka yun nga, wala rin akong bath bombs.
Yeah. Ayun, sabi mo dun sa sponsor ko. Kilala mo yun eh. So,
Kilala ko ba? Sige.
oo, kilala mo yun. Anyway, yun yung mga mababaw stuff. Like, si Phil tumatakbo, like, I hate running. So, but like, I try to like, insert like, Pilates or like strength and conditioning here and there. Like, yung extrang half an hour na yun, kahit painful siya, kahit mahirap siya for me, it actually clears my mind kasi I'm just watching my friend Heather on YouTube. Hindi ko siya
Sabi na
actual friend.
mababanggit yan. Sabi na mababanggit
Pero
si
may
Heather.
sinusundan akong YouTube channel, si Ate Heather. Panoorin niyo siya.
Hi, Heather.
Like, yung half an hour na yon or like, 40 minutes na workout, like, I'm just watching her. I'm not thinking of, like, the bad things that are happening in the world. That's just, like, me, and, like, I'm in pain, but it kind of clears my mind. So, yun yung stuff. Or, like, I try to sleep early. Like, pag pagod na ako, like, I'm not gonna do anything. Like, I'm not gonna force myself to do anything. Pag wala ako sa mood, or, like, I guess tayong lahat, office workers tayo, di ba? Like, even though we're not physically, hindi tayo nagbubuhat as part of our job. Pero, like, it gets tiring at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So, pag wala na ako sa mood, like, I'll just do yung ibang stuff na kailangan kong gawin on a different day. Like, I'm just trying to be more aware and be kinder to myself. So, yun lang yung akin. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Na-observe ko lang sa inyo ni Phil and kayo. So, it's mostly like physical inputs or output yung ginagawa nyo to cope, right? They like say, nag-ano ka ng oil.
Incense.
Incense.
Padasal.
Yung oil, it's mostly like physical para ma-relax yung physical being mo. Parang ganun yung nakikita ko. And then it translates into something like on an emotional probably and psychological level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dati nagbabasa.
Interesting.
Nagbabasa rin naman ako. Like, hindi na yung physical books. Like, I do read a lot of Japanese comic books, so manga. I usually do that in the evening. To kind of like, minsan channel din siya eh. Like, pag may nabasa kang story na nakakaya, kaya ako lang yung sarili ko mag-ugly cry.
Yeah, it helps you forget yung reality for a moment.
Yeah.
Like, that's the purpose actually, di ba, ng mga books talaga. Parang escape mo from reality.
Yeah. So,
ako very quickly lang, sorry. Hindi ko nabanggit yung meditation. Kasi in-stop ko na siya. Pero dati super active ako nagme-meditate. Yung tipong I can meditate
it's like
up to 30 minutes.
Actively meditating. Parang...
Oo. Oo nga, actively meditate. Pero I can do 30 minutes of total silence dati. Which is very hard. Bago ma-achieve yung 30 minutes to 45 minutes, it's very hard of total mind silence. Pero anyway.
I think meron akong ADD. Feeling ko may ADD. Well, it's not a joke, but I think I have an ADD. Like, I couldn't, yung attention span ko is so short. Parang, anyway, naalala ko lang, na hindi siya nag-work sa akin kasi there's a lot of distractions and hindi ako nakafocus.
I would like to attest to that.
Again, we're not making fun of ADD, but it's just me that you're making fun of me, and it's okay.
Oh, I'm not making fun of you. I mean, like, I'm just affirming what you said.
Yeah.
I witnessed it.
Yeah. So, guilty. Yeah. Ikaw naman kay Abad, kumusta ang tabing ilog?
Okay naman, umaagos pa rin.
Wow, okay.
So, yun, for me, gaya nung experiences ni Phil regarding world events, I try to tune out. Kasi it's just hard, like keeping track nung nangyayari sa mundo. Yeah. Ngayon na information age, di ba?
Yeah.
Na dire-diretso, parang you're being drip-fed information na parang, may nangyayari dito sa side of the world na ganito. Tapos dito, you have to care about this too, and you have to care about this too. Parang, it's just too much. Like,
yeah.
So, when I do encounter those news, parang, I read it, I take it as facts, and try not to be emotionally triggered. Kasi, I can only care about a handful of things at a time. Be honest.
Yeah, no, I think that's true, and that's the way it should be. Like, you cannot save the world.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, again, I try not to be emotionally triggered. Pero kung may action akong kailangang i-take to kunyari connected ako rin sa isang event or it's
Yeah.
really something that I feel strongly towards,
Mhm.
I'll take action, but
Mm-mm.
hindi ako, like, you won't hear me on social media talking about it. Like, I'll just do it on my own.
Okay.
You'll talk to me.
Yeah, I talk to you. Yeah. And,
Nagko-complainan kami sa isa't
Yes.
isa.
Sige, tatawag ako minsan sa inyo sa isang araw.
Tumawagan
Magko-complain
na
ako.
ka, di ba, kahapon?
True.
yeah, so, actually, gusto ko mag-focus ngayon on personal events. Kasi, ayun, ang daming nangyayari sa mundo. Pero,
Yeah.
most of the time, actually, palagi, I jokingly say na I hate people. Pero, minsan hindi siya joke. Kasi, alam mo yung, yung may mga tao na they always come to you, parang magbibitch sila sa'yo, sasabi sa'yo ng problema.
Yes.
Ganyan.
Totally relate.
Na-realize ko later na lang in life na pag may nagsasabi sa'yo ng problema na ganun, parang sinishare mo yung burden nila eh.
That is
Subconsciously, di ba?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Yeah. Subconsciously, like, kahit sabihin mo na parang, oh yeah, I just listened to him, tapos nakikiramay, pero after that, parang, I move on with my life. But, no. Like, nagpapatong-patong yung stress. Kahit hindi mo problema, bine-bear mo pa rin yung
Yeah.
lalo na kung malapit sa'yo yung tao.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I'm finding myself continually trying to just, yung passively listening.
Mm-mm.
So, parang pasok sa isang tenga, labas sa kabila.
Yeah, because you also have to care for yourself. Di ba nga yung sa airplane, kailangan ilagay mo muna yung mask mo before you put your mask dun sa bata or nakatabi mo, di ba? You have to care for yourself first.
Yeah, saka lalo na pag hindi ko kilala yung nagsasabi sa akin ng problema, I try not to care too much kasi minsan, alam mo yun, yung parang biased yung kwento na may details na it would put them into a bad light pero syempre hindi nila sasabihin, di ba?
Yep.
Kaya hindi ko I try to listen passively, and when I'm giving advice, like sobrang general advice lang yung binibigay
mo.
Hindi pong applicable sa lahat ng tao.
So parang kang horoscope in short.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Kasi lalo na sa work, pag may yung mafa-find out ako. Let's say may individual na may katrabaho siya. Tapos yung katrabaho niya medyo hindi magaling. Tapos magbibitch sa akin. Sabihin ko na lang na parang okay. Umuo na lang ako kasi kilala ko yung individual na katrabaho niya. Tapos yung individual na to, pag kinakausap ko, nabibitch naman siya dun sa isa niyang katrabaho. So, pareho sila nagaganunan. And I'm like, who do I believe? Like, ang iniisip ko na parang, kanya-kanya kayong parang,
version.
Hindi ko na iti-take on yung burden na parang, like, hindi na ako magpa-pile on na parang, si ganito, nung isang araw, nakita ko, ganyan-ganyan. So, pinuprove na yung sinasabi mo is masama talaga siya. Parang ganun, yung mag-agree ka sa kanya.
Yeah.
Mo na lang ako. Sabi ko, okay, sige. Parang, I acknowledge it, but I don't really, I'm not getting on
Hindi ka nag-engage siguro.
Hindi ako nag-engage siya.
Yeah.
Hindi ako nag-engage. So, another weird thing rin na napansin ko when I started doing that, na yung I try not to burden myself with other people's problems, is that I find myself na lalo na pag close ko yung tao, is pag nagkukwento sila, sobrang involved ko. Like, nagre-react ako, ganyan. Tapos pagkatapos nun, like, parang on-off switch, parang, okay, I don't care anymore. It's weird. Like, hindi kayo yung anyone outside
biglang defensive.
Hindi, anyone outside nung close, like yung very close circle of friends.
Circle.
Diba? Kasi diba may palaking concentric circles, diba?
Yeah.
So, anyone outside of that, parang yung gusto kong i-keep yung relationship, pero at the same time, nire-recognize ko na parang may iba kang buhay, may iba akong buhay. Magkaiba yung views natin sa world. So, may mga topics talaga na
Hindi
tayo
mag-agree.
magja-drive. Yeah, hindi tayo mag-agree. Kaya pag nagsasabi sa akin, parang, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, I guess that's it for personal. And what I do to get away from it all is, yeah, again, like A and like Phil, physical activities. Running, cycling.
Mm-mm.
Kasi I find na if I tire myself out to a point na yung tipong lawit na yung dila ko, hinihingal na ako, like, I don't think of anything. It's just yung in tune ako sa muscles ko na parang, okay, one more step, or a few more meters na, na natakbo, or parang just over this hill, tapos and everything after that, it will be fine pag nagbabike ako.
Yeah.
Ngayon iniisip ko. And also, a part of it is that pag down na down ka na sa mga nangyayari, and you feel like nothing's going right for you, I feel na yung physical activity na you setting your goals for yourself and you overcoming those goals or meeting those goals, parang yung small wins ba? So, psychologically, it makes you feel better. So,
Yeah.
yun yung ginagawa ko. I try not to drink though when I'm stressed or when I'm upset. Kasi ayokong i-wire yung brain ko na parang, okay, pag stress ka, you do this.
Yeah, it gets
Diba?
addictive.
It's a bad precedent, and especially me, feeling ko may addictive personality ako.
Okay.
So, ayoko na simulan. So, yung habits ko, I try to set it to doing good stuff. Good stuff for my body. Although, too much physical exercise is bad too.
It's bad
So,
then,
Yeah.
I need to remember that too.
He's working on it, guys.
yeah.
Yeah, working on it. Anyway, I think that's it for me.
Thank you kay Abad for that. Sana malinis na yung ilog sa kung nasaan ka.
Wala na naglalabas sa tabing ilog.
Maraming face mask na lumulutang sa
Sa
ilong.
lumulutang ba?
Si
Kailangan
Badong,
linisin.
nasa na?
Oh my God, ang sad naman. No?
So anyway, for me naman, it's very specific. It may be graphic then. So it's a disclaimer and a warning at the same time. I think it's a couple of weeks ago or that was late last year. I saw a video on Facebook. Yung may police and then may mother and child na involved. But it's not a child talaga. But matanda na rin na yung anak niya. And then, pwede bang sabihin dito yun? So, they were shot point blank by the police.
Yes,
I thought
I've heard of that.
I thought it was like a video na it will end funny. Kasi somebody posted in Facebook and you would think na yung gano'n ka-graphic na video will be scrubbed off Facebook or the internet in total. But it was there. So ako, wala, innocent na nanonood ako and then yung ending
Ay,
parang,
nakita mo talaga?
Yep, I saw it.
Hindi
And
ko
then,
siya pinanood Narinig ko na lang siya sa news Kaya, like, actively iniwasan ko siya.
nung pagkatapos, what the F? Tapos, nasuka ako. Like, literally, nasuka ako sa nakita ko. And then, I was in tears. Binessage yung therapist ko, are you available now? But I need to talk about something. And, well, unfortunately, hindi siya available. And then, wala. Tumigil na lang yung mundo ko right there and then, na parang, what do I do? Like, parang ano ba? I-analyze ko ba itong nangyari? Na parang, how does it affect me? Like, I need to talk to somebody. But if talking to somebody na, well, ambawa kayo, madadamay pa kayo yun naisip parang, they don't need to know about this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yun yung recent encounter ko na when I felt na enough is enough. Na parang, eto na yung tipping point ko na parang, ano na ako sa social media muna. I'm still there, pero ni-screen ko yung mga nakikita ko na parang, doon na lang muna tayo sa mga masasaya or hindi masyadong malungkot, hindi masyadong negative. And, yeah, so I think yun yung recent na encounter ko. And then the other pa, I know may chat tayo sa Facebook, di ba? Yun nangyayari sa US.
Yeah,
it's
itong nakaraan.
Yeah, it's sad, but I think I mentioned in our chat also na parang, a quick background lang na Polsa yung background ko, di ba? So parang ako, na-excite ako kasi it's history in the making, but at the same time, I felt bad for the people na nandun, na in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a mix na emotion for me. Yun, so anyway, medyo mabibigat yung sa akin, I think,
Oo
compared
nga eh.
sa mga naano nyo. And then, what did I end up doing? So again, unang-una kong naisip is call my therapist. I need to talk to somebody about this. But it's just too much. Siguro kayo kung hindi nyo nakita, wag nyo nang alamin kung ano yung nakita ko.
Wag na.
You are in a better place
Wag na.
because of that. Pero nabalitaan
Hindi mo na
yun,
siya
di ba?
ma-unseen.
No, hindi na. As in, nagkaka-nightmares ako sa kanya.
Oh no.
Kasi nakita mo eh.
Nakita ko siya. And that could easily be your friend, your sister, your lola, your nanay, and your brother, your another friend. Diba?
Actually, singit ko lang, I think the best thing I did for my mental health over the past few years is like not open Facebook or Instagram as much.
Yeah.
Kasi pag nagfe-Facebook ako, check ko yung messages ko, tapos check ko yung notifications ko kung may
meron ba.
nagtag sa akin or stuff like that. Pero I don't actively scroll through dun sa feed ko. Saka sa Instagram, actually,
Cesspit yun eh.
yeah. Saka sa Instagram, hindi ako nag-scroll dun sa feed ko. Chine-check ko lang yung stories. Tapos pag naubos na, i-close ko na. Kasi, ang daming stuff.
Yeah.
I can't keep track of it. And, sasama lang loob ko if I try to care about anything. So, I try to be selfish, I guess.
No, I think it's self-preservation in a way. It's not being selfish at all. Like, I don't see it that way. I think ang difference ng personality natin, like for me, paano ba ako? Although I always try to portray myself na I'm a rational person, but deep inside, I'm really emotional. So, parang madali ako maapektuhan ng mga bagay eh. So, kaya madalas, dahil alam ko na weakness ko yun, I try to rationalize things. Like, look at it in a way na kung kaya ko bang tanggalin yung emotions ko from the moment or from what's happening.
Kaya mo ba yun at the moment? Or does it come like later after na lang nung event?
I think it comes later din after na.
Kasi i-analyze mo yung nangyari.
Yeah,
mapapaisip ka eh.
Yeah, parang ano nangyayari? Should I be affected by it? What can I do? Should I do something about it?
Yeah.
To begin
parang
with?
Pag may ginawa ka hindi maganda, di ba? Parang hindi mo marirealize na may mali ka palang hindi maganda until like yung kausap mo like nag-react negatively na parang, oh, I got hurt by what you said.
Yeah.
So, syempre magre-reflect ka parang, oh, bakit nasaktan si Tito P dun sa sinabi ko as an example? Isipin mo, babalikan mo yung ginawa mo. I'm like, baka yun. Kaya usually magsasorry ka after.
Yes.
Parang, uy, baka parang may hindi magandang feeling. Kung may nasabi ako hindi maganda, pasensya na. Parang ganun.
And yung hindi nakakatulong is yung anxiety. Kasi if you have anxiety, yung paulit-ulit na nagpe-play sa utak mo yung mga bagay, it's part of it.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm totally like that.
So, let's say yun nga, nabanggit mo parang, did I say something to Phil na nung isang araw? Kaya ba siya ganun mag-react today? Na parang, hanggat hindi ko natatanong si Phil, paulit-ulit siya na mag-play sa utak ko. So, hindi ko alam kung ikaw, okay, mukhang nakaka-relate ka. So, hindi ko alam yung iba kung ganun din. If you have something, inputs that can help me, please. Yeah. So,
medyo mahirap yun eh.
Yeah, it's, ito pala, naalala ko, may sinimulan ako na basahin ni libro, well, it's an audiobook, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Ay, oo.
Ay, maganda yan.
Yeah, it's good.
Mark
yeah.
Manson ba yun? Basta
Nasa siguro mga 30% pa lang ako ng book and then natatawa na ako doon sa naririnig ko. So, it's looking good.
Enjoyin mo. Maganda yan.
Yeah, maganda
tapos
siya.
ko na yan.
So,
alam mo yung book na yan, pinakinggan ko yan habang tumatakbo ko.
Yeah, pwede.
So, it's a good book.
Yeah, so I think it's related to this na parang ano yung kaya mong, like, what do you give Fs about and what you don't. It's not absolutely not giving an F about everything, but it's about choosing your battles. It's choosing your difficult. Ika nga nung nabasa ko din na isa. Na parang everything is difficult for everyone, right? But you have to choose what is your difficult and what works for you. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So anyway, what did you end up doing? Again, I tried to talk to a person, like a professional, but apparently, I mean, at the time, unfortunately, hindi siya available. So, ginawa ko na lang, parang, nag-internalize ako, nag-analyze ako, yun nga, I couldn't do anything about it. I'm a person, I'm a human being, I'm allowed to feel what I felt with from what I saw.
Mhm.
So, I did nothing wrong, and parang ang ano ko na lang, alam ko na hindi ako makakatulog ng gabi na yon.
Hirap kasi nun kasi
Yeah.
pinapanood mo talaga eh.
Yes. So, anyway, may medication naman ako which is provided by my doctor. So, ginamit ko siya, and then after a few days, medyo nag-died down na rin siya from the social media kasi nakaano siya talaga na maraming attention, di ba? And then,
Yeah.
actively iniiwasan ko yung mga topic na yon, yung mga person na alam ko na magpo-post, hindi ko sila fina-follow kasi normally kasi fina-follow kasi pamilya ko nasa Pilipinas pa rin and they post a lot on social media, and then
Yes. Oh my God.
I feel connected na in that way. So that's what I end up doing, and then physical activities then. Kay and I, we have a trainer at home with the bike kasi winter na sa labas, so it helps you forget things, and then yun nga, pagpagod ka na, makakatulog ka na lang or malilimutan mo ng mga bagay, and then you feel relaxed at the same time after.
Actually, ito weird pansin ko lalo na dun sa trainer minsan pag mentally tired ako,
Yeah.
like gusto ko lang umupo, instead umupo like I jump on the
Magpepedal ka
bike,
lang.
pepedal lang ako,
Yeah.
and then after like nakaka-restore siya ng energy. So,
Yeah, I agree.
yung mental ano talaga, no?
Yeah.
Pag yung mental state mo mababa, nagke-carry forward talaga dun sa physical state of being mo, no?
Yes.
Connected talaga siya.
Manifest siya.
Well, yeah, kasi yung hindi lang naman, kaya nga, di ba, kaya nga malaking topic yung hindi dapat
Kino-compartmentalize,
isang tabi yung,
treat them
isang
as
tabi yung
silos,
mental
diba?
health. Kasi it's overall well-being, di
Yeah.
ba? So,
So yeah, and then ang nagiging libangan ko din recently kapag ganyan, pag nagbabike ako, kumakanta ako nang wala akong pakialam.
why not?
Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi it's good for your lungs din. So parang napapractice din yung lungs mo habang nagbabike ka, and then yung mga vocal cords mo, and then yung
Napapractice din yung vocal
Yeah.
cords mo, di ba? Oh.
Yeah. And then usually sumisigaw talaga, birit kung birit, walang pakialam. Ganun ang
Buti hindi ka
ginagawa ko.
nasisita ng kapitbahay.
Hindi naman.
Na-practice din ba ng kapitbahay mo yung vocal cords nila kakasigaw sa'yo?
Hindi,
Hindi?
there are louder than me actually. Kasi napansin ko ako pa yung pinakatahimik dito sa floor namin.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, yun lang naman yung akin. Medyo mabigat siya.
It's okay.
But,
May gusto pala akong isingit, no? Parang, ano lang to, more of like, parang nuggets of like, thoughts and whatever. Ako like, parang sabi ni Jerky, like, alam mo yung masyadong feeling in the sense na parang lahat feel. May ganun kasi akong tendency, but I think it also has something to do with parang ngayon kasi you are in a way dahil nga sobrang bombarded ka ng mga information, 'di ba? Parang wala kang excuse para hindi mo malaman yung balita.
Yeah.
So, parang merong silent na idea na parang dapat dapat compassionate ka sa lahat ng topics.
Hindi pwede,
Parang ganon.
Diba?
Yun nga. So, parang, but unfortunately, I think that's probably why a lot of people are trying to be, yung intindihin nila or dapat may say sila sa lahat ng topic. Kasi, meron sigurong feeling na parang ayaw mong ma-judge na parang, wala kang pakialam kasi sa first world ka nakatira, parang sarap ng buhay mo. May sense of guilt in a way.
Like, guys, we know na we are in a position of privilege right now. Aware naman po kami. It's just that it is what it is. Ito yung reality namin. We have to deal kung ano yung reality namin with kung ano yung reality namin. Sorry.
Yeah. So, parang naisip ko din, lalo na tayo kasi very nasa situation tayo na parang product tayo ng diaspora, di ba? Product tayo ng immigration. And in a way, parang may expectations na parang, yung tulad ng binanggit ko about like me, I don't like TFC. So, like, I don't like news coming from the Philippines kasi parang, I'm in the situation where kalahati ng buhay ko is, nasa Pilipinas, pero also kalahati ng buhay ko at yung present ko nasa ibang lugar na. So, parang iba na yung realidad ko compared sa ibang tao. And even, hindi naman sa wala akong pakialam, but more of like, kailangan ko yung resources ko para sa sarili ko, I think kailangan ko siyang ilaan in a very mindful manner. In order for me to to go on with my life. And to survive. Sure, So, but like, gusto rin namin i-mention na the fact na kaya namin mag-tune out, it is probably also something to do with the life that we are living at the moment. So, sana hindi naman ma-take that into a negative, comment. So, yun lang.
Yeah. And then, naalala ko lang, matanong ko, meron ba kayong conversations in your head na parang self-evaluate kayo na, specific to COVID-19. So, we are in a position of privilege, may work tayo, and then yung iba na nawalan. Naiisip nyo ba yun minsan na parang, do you feel guilty na...
Hindi, inisip ko maswerte ako. Kaya dapat hindi ko i-take for granted yung trabaho ko.
Yeah. And then, ang naisip ko din parati, it's, ngayon siguro kami yung okay, but maybe something will happen na wag naman na parang kami naman yung susunod, di ba? Parang yung ganun, alam mo yun, yung cycle. Anyway, I'm just trying to rationalize din minsan nga na parang ano bang pwede kong gawin? But again, we can only do so much and we cannot save the world, right?
Actually, singit ko lang din. Ako naman medyo iba yung feeling ko na kasi last year, it didn't go, yung year ko, it wasn't as bad as other people's did.
Yeah.
So, kasi saka maraming nangyari sa akin na mabuti actually, weirdly enough. So, iniisip ko, there should be a catch. Parang, what's the catch? Iniisip ko na baka may mangyari sa aking masama. Di ba parang babawian ka ng mundo?
I think it's a typical ng anxiety.
I'm waiting for it. And I'm parang maybe at the back of my head nate-terrify ako na parang
and
things have never gone this well for me in a while.
And so, in effect, you are depriving yourself of happiness at some point.
Yeah.
Ano ba yun, Tito P? Ano bang law yun? Yung law of like...
Attraction?
Conservation of energy?
Yun, basta parang pag may equal opposite reaction, di ba? Hindi ba parang ganun yung life?
Hunt's law of multiplicity. Hindi, joke.
Yeah, so
Iba
parang,
yun.
di ba? Pero di ba, yung idea na parang ang daming good na nangyayari, parang shit, baka may mangyaring di maganda. I don't think it has something to do necessarily with someone who's anxious all the time or like with medical condition.
But I think it's amplified by that.
Amplified, for sure. Pero may ganun din akong feeling minsan eh. So, parang pag ang daming good na nangyayari. Pero I kinda turned it around by like, let's enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi ang reasoning ko dyan, I guilty ako ng deprivation ng happiness kasi ang rational ko dyan is I can't be too happy so that when something bad happens, hindi malaki yung gap between my happiness and my sadness.
Oh my God, same.
Hindi ba parang,
diba?
I mean, I'm not gonna diagnose because I'm not licensed to do it. Pero based from my background, hindi ba parang almost bipolar type na yun, na parang ang laki nung jump from like yung peak mo is like too high, tapos biglang pag-jump mo ng tulo, parang hindi rin healthy. I don't know, that's probably just my impression. But hindi ako medical professional, so.
Anyway, so I think that's it for our topics.
Thank you.
Ang ganda ng discussion.
Yes. Salamat.
Masasabi ko.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, campfire statements? Meron ba tayo?
Campfire statements, saglit, tignan ko yung bulsa ko, ha?
Part ba yan? Part ba yan ng ano?
Part 2 ng script. Actually, walang laman eh. Maraming pera, do.
Wow!
Joke. So, I don't know, campfire statements, meron ka ba, Phil?
Sige, ako muna. I'll give you time to think just in case. Sorry, kung na-shotgun ko kayo. I don't know if I've used it in our previous episodes na, but I think it's relevant for this one. it goes like, the tragedy is we cared too much. I don't...
Narinig ko na yan sa'yo before,
Okay.
pero hindi mo pa nababanggit sa
talaga
show.
ba? Okay, so that's good.
Ah.
Anyway,
Title
if
ng
nagamit
kanta
ko
yan.
na... Ano yan? Sorry?
Serious question, hindi ba parang title ng kanta yan?
I don't know. Nakuha ko to dun sa roommate ko sa Pilipinas. Okay, yun, nakikinig sa atin. Hi, Lala.
Wow, may
Parang-
pag-greeting, parang
ano na namin yan?
Hello.
2005 ba yata? Up 2010 or 11 na nakatira ko doon. Ano na namin yan? Parang saying na namin sa bahay na parang the tragedies we cared too much.
Hindi kasi dati nakikinig ako ng medyo embarrassing, pero nakikinig ako ng emo na OPM.
OPM pa,
yung-
ah?
Oh,
my
I
God.
know. Shout out Valley of Chrome, Viva Laguna. Anyway,
Hindi kasi
yeah,
nakilala.
Anyway, yun nga, yun, parang kalinya yan ng mga usual nilang song name eh. Anyway.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory din niya. Parang may limit na parang minsan kailangan mo na lang din na mag-step back and parang tune out from everything.
Mhm.
I think nasa Twitter ko pa nga ata, yun yata yung bio ko eh. Oh my God, tagal na nun.
So old.
Oh,
Anyway,
no. Yeah, that's for me.
How about you, A?
ano lang, try to find the right balance. Kasi, we want to make sure na hindi naman tayo out of touch with this world, diba? But at the same time, we also need to ensure that we are taking care of ourselves. So,
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah, agree.
Thank you, A. Phil?
Ako, ewan ko kung... I don't know if it directly relates to sa compassion fatigue. Kasi yun nga, di ba may definition siya na usually kapag it's a service-oriented type of, I would say, event sa isang tao. Pero eventually it bleeds out na rin kasi kahit sa mga personal relationships natin, di ba? I mean, for me, I think that's what I think. It's like, even personal relationships, pwede mag-cause siya ng compassion fatigue.
Oo, yeah.
Mhm.
Di ba?
Because people talk
Kasi-
to you, they share their problems with you.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So, ang masasabi ko na lang sa campfire statements, ang cellphone, it's very powerful. Learn how to live without your cell phone even for a couple of hours every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Iba ang may experience mo. As in, literally, try to forget your phone. Kahit ilang, for the majority of the day, please try to practice it.
Yeah.
Magugulat kayo sa mga marirealize nyong mga bagay na masasabi mo na I'm starting to live in the present. I'm starting to live a real life outside of my phone. Iba.
Mm-hmm. So it's like you're saying na disconnect ka muna, di ba? For at least
Gusto ko
couple of
i-echo yung
hours.
sinabi ni Tito Pia kasi alam ko kung kailan niya ginagawa to. Pero pag yung nag-aaral ako, yung 2 hours na walang it's actually daming mo nagagawa.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kahit yung mga naging prof ko, ganun din sabi na pag mag-aaral ka, huwag ka magdala ng, kung di mo kailangan ng laptop, huwag ka magdala, punta ka sa library. Huwag ka mag-cellphone. Old
But
school
you look
na
so
book
cool.
and notebook.
If I could share very quickly para lang sa mga listeners natin, kung interesado kayo sa ganon, sa information na to, I know this is unsolicited and it's supposed to be a campfire statement, pero I have learned to actually not look at my phone for 8 hours straight pag nagtatrabaho. And even if I go out for walks, for example, it helps na malamig. Kasi pag malamig,
Yeah.
why
ayaw
would
mo
I
ilabas
use
sa
the
cellphone
phone?
mo.
Hindi ko kaya mag-type sa phone kasi
Yeah.
malamig. Nakagwantes kami. I mean,
Yeah.
this is sa lugar namin pero just sharing lang. It didn't take me overnight to learn how to do those things. Pero it's worth the try. Yun na lang
Okay.
masasabi ko.
Game changing.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think related dun sa natin, no, yung pagtakbo saka cycling kasi you can only do that and that alone, right?
Mm-mm.
Dapat focus dapat focus ka dun sa activity na yan unless gusto mong masagasaan or something like that. So I guess
Exactly.
nagpe-play dun yan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yun lang sa akin. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Phil.
So, balik ba tayo sa'yo, Kay, or
Yeah.
okay ka na?
Ako na.
Okay.
So,
Hindi ikaw
excited.
na.
Excited.
Joke.
Ayun, sa akin, treat mental health and your emotions as a resource, as a limited resource. As a limited yet renewable resource na if you're putting energy or putting your thoughts towards a certain event or a certain cause, isipin mo na nababawasan yung resource na yon. And then when you're doing things for yourself, like exercise or doing stuff you like or stuff that will take you away from the moment or makakalimot ka ng problema mo, imagine na nag-a-add ka dun sa resource na yon. So, I think doing it that way will help you preserve a balance na parang, okay, I care about this, but I also need to think about myself. So, kailangan na maglilive ako ng certain amount of, restraint or certain amount of time in my life so I can take care of myself. Ayun. So, that's it for me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very
Thank you,
much.
Kay. Ang ganda nun.
Thank you.
Naalala ko lang yung movie ni Angelica, yung pera daw hindi maubos, pero yung pasensya ko, konting-konti na lang.
Anong movie? That thing ba yon?
Ha?
That thing called
No,
Tadhana ba
hindi.
yun?
May mga kabit-kabit ata na movie ito eh.
Oo, nag-trend yan dati.
Yeah, kasi ang daming meme nun eh, na parang pera hindi parang ang kayamanan niya hindi mauubos kasi madami, but yung pasensya niya is konting-konti na lang.
Grabe. Kung ako yung pareho, ubos. Okay.
Actually,
Okay, thank you.
to that point, there's kind of something that we can learn dun sa saying na yun na, again, coming from I know how it will sound na sobrang privilege namin, pero wag mong tipirin yung sarili mo.
Para sa akin ba yan?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Bina!
And, yeah, di ba? Parang,
Yan yung content ng 20-minute phone call eh.
yeah. Kung may stable income ka naman and hindi ka naman sobrang gipit, di ba? Parang,
why not?
Spend on yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I hate saying this, but I hate to say this, but pera lang yan.
Yeah.
Pero pag yung emotions mo na or yung health mo, parang pag nawala yan, hindi mo na ma-recover yan eh. Saka, ako rin nitong past year, actually, medyo natakot ako sa sarili ko kasi ang dami kong binili. I guess retail therapy. Retail therapy talaga. Kasi naisip ko parang
life is short.
Oo, life is short. Like, hindi ko alam anong mangyayari sa akin. Like, na-stress ako sa loob ng bahay.
Okay na, na-add to cart ko na. Sige na.
Baka magka-COVID ako or baka magkasakit ako.
Yeah.
Samantala, pag ako namatay, yung pera ko, saan lang mapupunta yan? Well, sa wife ko, which is good. Pero, like, hindi ko na mapapakinabangan yan, di ba? So, ayokong mag-hoard lang na mag-hoard. Parang i-enjoy ko na lang yung pera.
Pinaghirapan mo din. Yeah.
Pinaghirapan ko. Pero,
to end that though, I just want to ensure na wag naman din masyadong mag-live life to the edge.
may balance. May balance.
Yeah, ibabalik ko dun sa campfire statements ko. Like, reach a balance.
Yeah.
So, yun lang.
Ayun.
Sana nakikinig yung pamangkin.
I think he's listening to us.
Hello.
Hi!
Pamangkin ni Jerky.
Hi, pamangkin.
Pangkin, sabi nga nila.
And anyway, to add lang din, if you're in a position of privilege, it's not intrinsically wrong. Hindi nyo kasalanan.
As long as hindi ka masamang, hindi kayo parang, stay at home, motherfuckers!
Yeah. it's how you use your privilege. You acknowledge it and then you do something good about it. Yun lang. Hindi namin dinidefend dahil ngayon nandun kami sa maayos na kinalalagyan. But you'll never know. We'll never know.
Just be nice. Right? Regardless of like your economic status, just be a good person.
True.
And don't be an ignorant person.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Mukhang ang ganda ng discussion nga natin ngayon.
Si Kay
sino
pa
ba?
rin.
Kay?
Ako pa rin.
Yeah.
Okay, so closing remarks, I guess. Again, 10 episode na namin binabanggit, pero you can visit our website at Linktree. Handle namin there is Kamp Podcast. On there, you can view the list of our podcast catchers where you can listen to us, yung social media links namin, as well yung email namin if you want to reach out to us. So, that should
Dagdag
be
ko
in
lang
the show
pala,
notes, di ba?
gumawa na ako ng email form. Nandun yung link. So, kung
Nice.
tamad kayong mag-type
Okay.
ng email address,
Ayan na. Mm-mm.
dyan, may email form.
Ba?
Type niyo yung mga concerns niyo, comments, diretso yan sa email address
Yeah.
namin.
Tsaka I think pinakamadali na talaga yung mag-react sila sa
Social
ano natin,
media.
diba? Sa social media post. Yan. Unless you want to be anonymous.
Yes.
Again, dun sa show notes din namin, you can reach out to us using our social medias, our Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook handle is Camp Podcast. Refer to the show title if you need help in spelling that. Feel free to tag us so we can repost. And like, follow, and subscribe. Also, you can email us for questions kung ayaw nyong gamitin yung form. You can send it over to basecamppodcast@gmail.com. Again, yung show title, no spaces, @gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And next episode natin. Next episode is gonna be a special one for 3 of the hosts here, which is running.
I am so excited. Oh my God. So I
Yeah.
cannot contain my excitement.
Yeah, so sa next episode namin, we'll talk about how we got into it and why we do it. So please look forward to it.
Yay. Yes. 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 Yes.
We do it for the food. So we can eat. Okay. So I think that's it for today. Thank you for joining
Thank
us,
you.
and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for listening.
Bye.
Magandang
Bye.
umaga, magandang gabi, magandang araw sa mga tagapakinig. Nasa mga kayo. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Maganda ka. Ganun. Maganda ka.
Okay. Huwag
Bye.
naman joke. Maganda talaga
Oo,
sila.
tunay yun.
Okay. Sige.
Okay.
Maganda kayo.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.